First, some big news in high school football. An injunction granted in the Wood County Circuit Court is shaking up the entire high school playoff picture in West Virginia. And more legal action could possibly delay the games that have already been set to begin Friday. Anna Saunders is live in the studio now to break all this down for us tonight. Anna?
Anthony, this all goes back to the reclassification of football that started this year and split up the teams into 4 classifications rather than 3. While some of the issues with where teams fell were worked out earlier in the year, Wood County schools decided to file an emergency injunction a week before playoffs, unhappy with their rating and seeding. Saturday's ruling changed the formula, bringing in teams who weren't there before and kicking teams out who were getting ready for the playoffs. The St. Albans football team was under the impression that their 3-7 season was over on Friday night. But then they were notified on Saturday that because of a granted injunction in Wood County, St. Albans, Capital, Lincoln, and St. Mary's would all now be in the playoff hunt.
We let them know that this was a possibility. Even though it was a long shot, it was still a possibility. So it was just full transparency, letting the kids know that, hey, this is a possibility, but if not, we'll go this way.
A different conversation over in Wayne County as Tulsa High School, along with Westside, Point Pleasant, and Hampshire have all been taken out of playoff contention under this tweaked formula as a result of the injunction in Wood County. Coach David Thompson put together a winning season with the players at Tulsa, but under the new calculation did not have the points.
It's a tough ordeal when you got to look at young men who has worked so hard to achieve that goal in life and achieve that, especially our seniors that's going to be out. They have never made the playoffs.
WVSSAC Executive Director David Price said the judge's ruling in Wood County forced them to change their formula back to what it was prior to this fall's restructuring. This gave more points to teams who maybe had more losses but played higher classified or tougher opponents. Price said they are anticipating more legal action from the teams that were bounced, which he said could push Friday's kickoff.
If that would occur, then we would have to wait and see what that creates for the playoffs next week, whether we would be able to keep moving forward or whether we would have to delay it. And again, that part is just all speculation. At this point, we're planning on playing Friday night.
Wood County schools filed the emergency injunction on Friday on behalf of Parkersburg South, Parkersburg, and Williamstown, arguing that they had a right to a home playoff game and that the reclassification hurt their schedule rating when teams they already had scheduled moved down in classification. Price reiterated the reclassification systems and when it would go into effect was all voted on and approved by the school's principals.
All of the schools that filed these injunctions are already in the playoffs. It doesn't affect them being in the playoffs. It just affected where they would be seated and who they would play, and that's what they were more concerned about.
But it does affect schools like Tulsa, who are now trying to figure out their next steps legally.
I'm just bum-puzzled by this whole thing. We played by the rules. We played by exactly the rules that was put in place by our board of directors and the SSAC. And our kids done exactly what was told of them to do. And then for some reason, one school or 2 schools or whatever decided they didn't like those rules and decided to change it on everybody after the season was over with it.
While Stott says they'll be watching closely to see what could play out in court over the next few days, he said for now, with a game set for Friday, they are treating this as an opportunity to continue to practice and extend the season.
The ability to go do some things that, we're not supposed to be there anyway, so we're playing with house money. We go in there and we do what we're supposed to do, and we can shock the state.
Now, a similar legal battle is also taking place in the state volleyball tournament as well. Quad A, Triple A, and Double A will continue on tomorrow morning as scheduled, but the Single A tournament has been postponed while they work out injunctions. The SSAC has a volleyball hearing tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in Romney. Live in the studio, Anna Saunders, Eyewitness News.
Thanks for watching. Here's another video from Eyewitness News. And click here to subscribe to our channel to get the latest.